innovative clusters around mining and look at development corridors where we have rare economic comparative advantage enough in various African countries. Can't we do that? Yes, we can. Yes. Mr. Chairman, as you may recall, the government of Ghana committed itself and signed on the ETI in 2003 and has since participated fully in the all ETI activity both regionally and internationally. Ghana became compliant in October 2011. Mr. Chairman, to date, Ghana has produced 6-year ITI reports covering 2004 to 2009. These reports have been published and disseminated to all relevant stakeholders. Another intervention worth mentioning is the establishment of the Multi-Agency Mineral Revenue Task Force in Ghana to enhance cooperation and collaboration among revenue agencies and the Minerals Commission and to apply mining fiscal models to operating mines. So far, the fiscal model has been applied to 6 operating mines. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is important to mention that the Ghana EITI reports and reports from the audits by the task force have informed some institutional and policy reforms taking place in the mining sector currently. The policy reforms, among others, include the review of the mining fiscals under which the mining industry in Ghana operates. Specifically, the above-mentioned reports were very instrumental in providing useful policy recommendations that informed some key reforms in 2011 and 2012 budgets. Notable among these policy recommendations were: 1, the review of the mineral royalty payments from 3% to 5%, the ongoing upward review of the ground rent, the current upward review of corporate tax for mining companies from 25% to 25%, the proposed windfall profit tax of 10%, and a uniform capital allowance regime of 20% for 5 years for mining companies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these mining inputs or fiscals are beautiful in the short and medium term. Beautiful, gives you revenue for us to carry out with our development projects. But moving forward, as the AMV, the mining, African mining vision envisages. I mean, royalty payments for ground rents is not the answer to Africa's problem. I think what is important is to build the local capacity along the entire value chain, so that we improve, as I said earlier, so that we improve on the mining activities by encouraging a lot more linkages within the sector and then reducing the leakages, as I had said earlier on. So these are all beautiful in the short term to increase our domestic revenue. But moving forward, I think that the African mining vision concept of ensuring that we build capacity along the entire value chain and a lot more African local business and entrepreneurs. Why can't we even think about, Chief, encouraging the formation of mining-related African business incubators? Can we? I mean, we should, can't we? I think it's something that we could. So I expect the institution that we're going to look for, that's supposed to coordinate the strategic plan to implement the vision, to look at, as part of building local capacity, we'll be able to encourage the formation of mining-related African business incubators to also take part in the mining activities along the entire value chain. Mr. Chairman, an area of great concern to government is the impact of mining on the environment. Government is fully aware that poor mining and processing practice can cause excessive environmental degradation, ranging from the destruction of land, contamination of water bodies with mine chemicals, damage to buildings as a result of blasting, to air pollution, and etc. To address these negative potential impacts, government has put in place relevant laws, regulations, and guidelines to regulate the sector's activities. Principal among these are the Minerals and Mining Act 703/2006, the Environmental Assessment Regulations 1999 LY 1652, the Environmental Reclamation Bonds June 2000, June 2000, and an environmental performance rating and disclosure program that we call ACOPEN. Under this, the Environmental Protection Agency rates and publishes the performance of companies annually in the national dailies.